Hello, everyone. Today we are talking about something we all do, video calls. Whether it's for work or family, we want to help you feel ready.
Yes, exactly. And honestly, we want to give you the specific, practical English phrases you need to just feel completely in control.
Right, because have you ever realized that the first, 30 seconds of a virtual meeting often dictate how competent your team thinks you are?
Oh, absolutely. The start of the meeting is crucial. Today, we are looking at the exact vocabulary that separates the calm, organized leaders from the chaotic participants.
Yeah, the chaotic ones, we've all been there.
We really have. Our mission today is not just to teach you vocabulary. We want to show you how these specific phrases build professional trust.
Totally. We want you to feel confident, relaxed, and in control when you are sitting behind that camera.
Right.
And before we get into the specific phrases, let's make one thing very clear right at the start. We use the words we and us today because every single person has awkward moments on video calls.
Yep, every single day.
Even native English speakers have technical problems constantly. We forget to press buttons, our internet stops working, and we accidentally talk at the exact same time as someone else.
Yeah, it's completely normal.
It really is. There is no need to feel embarrassed when technology fails. What matters is how you handle the failure.
Exactly. The words you choose can actually make you look more professional when things go wrong. So we are going to follow the natural flow of a meeting from the moment you log in to the moment you wave goodbye.
I love that approach. So let's start at the very beginning. Before a meeting can officially begin, we always have to make sure the technology is actually working.
Right, the tech check.
Yeah. So imagine this situation. Let's act it out. We just joined a meeting, and I am so excited to share my news. I immediately start saying, okay, the new project is going perfectly. We have all the numbers ready. The client is extremely happy, and I think we are going to see a huge increase in our total.
Sorry to jump in, but you're on mute.
Oh, yep, and there it is. I was completely talking to myself.
You really were.
That phrase right there is probably, the most famous phrase of the entire remote work era. You're on mute.
It absolutely is. It happens to all of us. When you look at your screen and you see someone's mouth moving with great energy, but you cannot hear a single sound, you simply say, you're on mute.
But wait, why do we use that exact phrase? Like, why not say, turn on your microphone, or I cannot hear you?
That's a great question. You're on mute has become the standard because it is just a simple statement of fact.
Right.
It is direct, it is polite, and it solves the problem instantly without making the other person feel like they made a stupid mistake.
Oh,
It simply describes the state of the software. You are on mute.
that makes a lot of sense. It removes the blame completely. But, sometimes the problem is visual, not audio.
Yeah, the video issues.
Exactly. You look at your screen and you expect to see your colleague, but you don't see them at all.
So what do you say then?
Well, instead of panicking and saying, where are you or what is wrong, you can simply state the fact. You say, my screen is blank. Or if their picture is stuck and not moving at all, you say, your screen is frozen.
Let's look at why those phrases are so effective. Blank means there is no picture at all. It is just a black or white empty space.
Right, just nothing there.
Exactly. And frozen means the picture stopped moving. By using these specific words, you are giving the other person or the IT department the exact information they need to fix the problem. You look calm and observant.
Yeah, and then of course we have the most frustrating problem of all.
Oh, internet connection issues.
Yes. We have very specific phrases for a bad internet connection. For example, if the video is moving very slowly, you can say the connection is lagging.
Yes, lagging simply means it is running slow, like the data is heavy and struggling to arrive.
Or you might notice that the person's mouth is moving, but the words come a full second later. It looks like a badly translated movie.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Right. For that, you say the image and sound are out of sync.
Out of sync is a brilliant phrase. Sync is short for synchronization. It means two things happening at the exact same time.
Okay.
So if they are out of sync, they are separated. And if their voice is completely dropping out, like where you hear one word, then silence, then another word.
You say you're breaking up.
Exactly, you're breaking up.
I use that one constantly. And here is why I think these specific phrases matter so much. When you say the connection is lagging or you're breaking up, you are blaming the technology, not the person.
Yes, this is a crucial piece of professional harmony.
Right. If you say you are talking weirdly or you are impossible to understand, it sounds like a personal attack.
Yeah, they might feel offended.
But if you say the connection is lagging, You make the internet the bad guy. You and your colleague are on the same team, fighting against the bad internet connection together.
That is a very smart way to frame it. You preserve the relationship while fixing the issue.
I actually like to think of checking your tech at the start of a video call like, well, checking your mirrors before driving a car.
Oh, that's a great analogy.
Right. Like when you sit in the driver's seat, you don't just close your eyes and push the gas pedal.
Definitely not.
You check the left mirror, you check the right mirror, and you put on your seatbelt. It's just basic, necessary maintenance.
I completely agree. And you never feel embarrassed when you adjust your car mirrors before driving. It just shows you are a safe, responsible driver.
Exactly.
In the same way, you should never feel embarrassed when you adjust your camera, test your microphone, or report that a screen is frozen. It shows you are a prepared professional.
It really is executive presence in action. So our mirrors are checked, our seatbelts are on, our microphones are working perfectly.
Time to officially start the meeting.
Yes. And starting the meeting smoothly sets the tone for the entire conversation.
It does. And in the modern workplace, people often have back-to-back meetings.
Oh, constantly jumping from one virtual room to another.
Exactly. Because of this, people do not all join at the exact same second. So a very empathetic and polite phrase to use right at the beginning is, let's wait a few minutes for everyone to join.
I really appreciate when a meeting leader says that. It shows that you respect everyone's time, but you are also making room for people who might be fighting with their own technical issues.
Right, or just taking a quick breath between calls.
Yeah, it lowers the stress level in the virtual room immediately.
It creates a very calm atmosphere.
Yeah.
Then once everyone is in the room, the real work begins. If you are the person leading the meeting and you want to show a document, a chart, or a presentation, you need to use this essential phrase.
Which is?
Can everyone see my screen?
Okay, now, I have to push back a little on this one.
Oh, why is that?
Well, I hear this phrase all the time, but honestly, doesn't asking, can everyone see my screen, just invite a huge chorus of confusing noise?
How do you mean?
Like, you have 20 people in a meeting, and they all unmute to shout yes or no at the exact same time. Isn't it better to just ask one specific person? Like, Sarah, can you see the presentation?
That is a very valid pushback. And asking a specific person like Sarah is actually a fantastic advanced technique to avoid that messy chorus of voices.
Right.
However, the reason the general phrase, can everyone see my screen, remains a universal standard is because it acts as a necessary checkpoint.
Yeah.
Internet bandwidth varies wildly.
Bandwidth, like how fast their internet is.
Exactly. You might have super fast fiber internet, but a colleague working from a different city might have very low bandwidth.
Ah, so their computer takes much longer to download the image you are sharing.
Right. If you just share your screen and immediately start talking about the complex numbers on your chart, you might be talking for 2 full minutes while half the group is still staring at a blank loading screen.
Oh, wow, yeah. That would be bad.
By asking, can everyone see my screen, you pause. You give their computers time to catch up. You ensure that everyone is literally on the same page before you dive into the complex topics.
That makes perfect sense. The phrase forces you to slow down and prevents the disaster of presenting to nobody.
Exactly.
Okay, so you ask the question. Sarah says yes, we can see it, and everyone is ready. What is the verbal signal that the small talk is over and the work is starting?
You want a clear transition. You can ask the room, are we good to go? Or you can simply state, let's get started.
Let's get started. It is short, positive, and creates a clear boundary.
Exactly.
Now, let's look at the middle of the meeting. The meeting is going smoothly, your presentation is on the screen, but suddenly one of the listeners has a question. Or maybe you are the listener, and you missed a very important detail because, I don't know, a dog barked outside your window.
Oh, that happens all the time.
It does. How do you stop the conversation politely?
This is a moment where many non-native English speakers hesitate. They worry that interrupting is aggressive. But in English-speaking business cultures, it is perfectly okay to ask for help or clarification during a call.
Wait, really? So it is not considered rude to interrupt the boss in a professional English meeting?
It is not rude at all, as long as you use the right strategy. Think about the business outcome.
Okay.
It is much worse to stay silent, pretend you understood, and then do your work incorrectly because you missed the instruction.
Because then the company loses time and money.
Exactly. By interrupting to get clarity, you are actually protecting the project. You just need to use softening phrases.
Softening phrases. Give me an example of how that works.
Well, instead of just shouting, stop, or I don't understand, you start with a cushion. You say, sorry to interrupt, but
sorry to interrupt, but I see. That little word sorry acts like a linguistic cushion.
Yes.
You are not deeply apologizing for doing something wrong. You are just softening the interruption to make it polite.
Precisely. And if you missed something specifically because of technology, you just state the fact neutrally. You say, could you repeat that? The audio cut out.
The audio cut out. Oh, that goes right back to what we discussed earlier. You are blaming the technology, not the speaker.
Yep.
You are not saying you speak too softly or your microphone is terrible. You are saying the neutral technology failed us. Please repeat.
Exactly. It saves face for everyone involved. It really is a magic phrase for maintaining good relationships.
Here is where it gets really interesting. One of our sources showed a fascinating psychological trick for interrupting someone who is talking a lot.
Oh, the time trick.
Yes. You don't just jump in and start speaking. Instead, you ask for a tiny amount of time.
Yeah.
You say, can I jump in here for 10 seconds?
I love this technique. Adding a tiny time limit, like for 10 seconds or for a moment, relies on the psychology of micro-commitments.
How does that work in a meeting practically?
Well, human beings naturally want to protect their time. When someone is speaking and you interrupt them, their brain's defense mechanism activates. They worry, oh no, is this person going to talk for 5 minutes and steal my presentation?
Yeah, that's exactly what people think.
But when you specify for 10 seconds, you completely bypass that defense mechanism.
Because 10 seconds feels like nothing. It's a micro commitment.
Exactly. Their brain says, oh, 10 seconds is fine, I can give them 10 seconds. It makes people much more open to stopping and letting you speak. They know you are not going to take over the entire meeting.
Can I jump in here for 10 seconds?
All right.
Wow. It sounds so professional, so respectful, and highly organized. You are literally managing time in real time.
It is a wonderful tool to keep in your back pocket. So you use these tools, you ask your questions, the agenda is completed, and finally you reach the end of the call.
The end of the call. I have to admit, this is sometimes the most awkward part of the entire experience.
Oh, for sure.
In a physical office, ending a meeting is easy. You stand up, you put your laptop in your bag, you push in your chair, and you walk to the door. You have all these physical signals that the meeting is over.
Yes, the physical environment does the communicating for you.
But on a video call, there are no physical signals. We are just sitting there. Everyone is saying awkward goodbyes, waving strangely at the camera, and staring blankly at the screen while trying to find that little red leave button with their mouse.
It's so true. The transition from meeting to not meeting is almost violent.
So how do we escape the call without making it weird?
You have to replace those missing physical signals with clear verbal signals. A strong, clear closing statement stops that awkward silence. The person leading the meeting needs to take control and say, let's wrap this up, or let's leave it here for today.
Let's wrap this up. To wrap up is a great idiom. It means to finish or complete something, similar to like wrapping a president paper and tying a bow on it.
Exactly.
When you wrap it up, the task is completely finished. It is a very common, friendly business phrase.
Once you clearly state that the meeting is ending, it is very powerful to talk about the immediate next step. You can say, I'll send the follow-up email. Or you might say, I will send out the action items.
I'll send the follow-up email. You know, I used to just say, okay, bye, and nervously wave.
Me too.
But I realized that stating the next steps, like sending the follow-up email, makes you look like you are actually steering the ship. It tells everyone that they do not need to panic and memorize everything, because the summary will be in their inbox soon.
That's a great point.
The person who summarizes the meeting really owns the meeting.
That is a brilliant observation. It projects incredible executive presence. You are taking responsibility and guiding the team forward. And then, once you have promised the follow-up, what are the final words before you click the red button?
Simply, thanks for joining.
Thanks for joining. It is final, it is polite, and it leaves no room for awkward silence.
You know, a confident goodbye leaves a lasting professional impression, just like a strong introduction. The way you handle the last 5 seconds of a meeting is often the very last thing people will remember about you for the rest of the week.
Yes.
If you end the meeting clearly and decisively, people remember you as a great communicator.
That is so true. Communication is all about making the people around you feel secure and clear about what is happening.
So let's look at the journey we have taken today. We covered the entire life cycle of a virtual meeting. We checked our mirrors and handled tech issues calmly with, you're on mute, the connection is lagging, and you're breaking up.
Right. And we started politely and empathetically with, let's wait a few minutes, and ensured we were on the same page with, Can everyone see my screen?
We also learned how to protect the project by interrupting safely. We used the cushion, sorry to interrupt, and the psychological 10-second trick with, can I jump in here for 10 seconds?
And finally, we replace awkward physical exits with strong verbal boundaries, closing confidently with, let's wrap this up, and I'll send the follow-up email.
You now have a complete, sophisticated toolkit for your next virtual meeting. These phrases are simple, but their impact is huge.
Absolutely.
And we want to leave you with one final thought to explore on your own. Mastering these few simple English phrases does not just improve your vocabulary, it completely transforms your professional reputation.
It really does.
Think about it. When you don't have the right words, technical issues make you look panicked and out of control. But when you have these exact phrases ready, you project a calm, clear, and highly organized image under pressure. People naturally trust leaders who remain calm when the screen freezes. You are not just learning English today, you are learning how to lead.
If this episode helped you feel more ready for your next Zoom call, please subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit the like button and click the bell icon so you don't miss our next lesson.
Thank you for being here with us today.
Yes, thank you for being here with us today. See you on the next call. Goodbye.